Well, I just got done watching the Trump victory rally in Valdosta, Georgia, and he's absolutely right. These people are communists. These people are socialists. They want to destroy this country and just hand it over to China, and then blamed the Trump family for colluding with Russia or something. When it was Hillary Clinton that accused uh, allegedly accused him, the Trump family, of uh, Russian collusion, which, they were probably set up by these people, which wouldn't surprise me. They're very evil people we're dealing with. People don't realize how evil a lot of these extremists are. The very leftist, far left in this country is completely out of control. I call them snowflakes gone wild. They are snowflakes gone wild, and so yeah, there's no doubt that they've been for a very long time destroying this country with their communist agenda for the world, and this is what we all must fight against in this country, because we can never allow that to happen. Never allow that to happen in this country, where we allow a communist type of government to take over this country, because we'll be finished. All right, and you can just forget about your freedoms, your rights, everything. Uh, you'll be living like the Chinese, or even worse, uh, with these kinds of people. They just want to take all your rights away, and then they've been slowly doing it. They've been slowly chipping away at everything, at our constitutional rights, our Bill of Rights. They've been slowly chipping and chiseling away, you know, every chance they get to try and take more of our liberty and our rights and our freedoms away. And unfortunately, on the right, you have the neocons doing the same thing. They're not for the USA at all. They're for special interests and the bankers and the corporations that want to run and control the world. Okay, just know that that's what they want to do. And they want to use communism as a way to control everybody. You know, take away all of your rights and all your freedoms and your liberty, and and no justice for anybody. They'll, just like they do to the Chinese, just like they do anywhere. Cuba, Russia, anywhere where they have communistic rule over these people. They'll take everything from you. They'll take everything you've ever had away from you. You know, and then they'll pay you, like down in Cuba, they pay people like $20 a month, yeah, to live. I mean, they're the poorest people, very poor people, and the only reason why China is doing well, because they've turned more just towards socialism than communism, and because they almost have to, because communism does not work, doesn't work for anybody, because they end up owning and controlling everything and leaving the people with nothing, and they own and control it all, and they're already halfway there because of the Federal Reserve bankers, what they did to us back in 1913 under a Democrat, President Wilson, when he allowed them to take over the issuance, right, of our money, the issuance and creation of money in this country, and put this country into debt with the money. And so, that's what they did, because they wanted to control it all. And to be honest with you, this country controls the world's gold. This country has more gold than any other country in the world. And that's why we are so heavily militarized in this country, because we're protecting the entire world's gold for these bankers. Okay, so yeah, they owe us a lot, and they better take care of us with some kind of stimulus check or something, to get us back up and running again, and take care of the American people. And bad enough, they don't put enough towards housing and developing, housing for low-income people like me that are living, homeless and disabled, waiting on housing for months and years, is ridiculous. Why anybody should have to be homeless in this country if they're elderly or disabled? They should have first priority in housing over anybody else that's able to work or able to do anything, work and take care of themselves. People that are on low income, are because they have their needs are basic necessities of life. Having a roof over your head and being able to have a shower and a bathroom and all the things I don't have right now, waiting on housing. So, these are things that should be priorities as well for the American people. Like I say, they own and control. They have control and ownership over all the property and all the property on the land. Everything the bankers do, they own and control it all. Okay, you're a tenant on the land. The wealthiest corporations in this country don't even own the property that they have on the land. They don't. It's all owned by the bankers. And they pay property taxes because there's a stipulation in their contract, in their mortgage, just like for everyone, that says that, well, you're not going to have the title to your home, which means you'll never own your property. You can only be a tenant and have a deed to the property on the land. And that's it. You'll never own it. You'll never have title to that property. And that's just the sad fact and truth of the matter. And they sell us like cattle. They trade us on the stock market like cattle because we're worth something. We're worth something in this world. We have value to bankers. So they promised all the property on the land and the people, okay, our birth certificates in exchange, well, against the debt. Against the debt. The banker's debt. And so that was their collateral against the debt. Our birth certificates are traded on the stock market, and our property is all owned by the banks. Everything, all the property on the land, everything, nothing is owned. It's all communist, basically, because the people own nothing. Okay, bankers came and took it all. So so it was, like I say, President Wilson that started that, and that's why these bankers need to step up and start giving us the money that we need now to get our country back up and running again, and make sure that the American people are taken care of, and that we get all these homeless people, that aren't drug addicts and prostitutes and all alcoholics and stuff. Those people, they need to get help. They need help. And they need to get their lives back in order before they can even think of trying to keep an apartment or rent an apartment. And they're like here in Nashville, they're just handing out apartments left and right for $25 a month. And they're all being filled up. These places are low-income housing is being filled up with drug addicts and prostitutes and all kinds of scum. And I have to stay out here and wait out here for a place to live. Because they're gonna give people like that housing before they give it to someone that's disabled or elderly, that's in need of a place to live. Because of no fault of their own. Disabled people are disabled. Elderly people grow old. People grow old, and they live on a fixed income. They have to have a place to live. And that's just all there is to it. It's nothing they did to themselves. So, these are things that are so wrong that's going on in this country. And Why? Things have to change. And those things definitely need to change. And this communism has got to go. There's no way we can allow these people to just force everything down our throats and tell us, what we're going to do and take away all our rights and liberty, because that's the way they want to run the country, and not what our founding fathers envisioned for us here, the very first liberal republic, constitutional republic in the world, founded on liberal principles and ideals. That these people, just uh, either the left is hijacking the word, or the right is degrading it. But you look in Israel, they called the conservatives over there liberals. Yeah, so it's funny how they can play on words, like President elect for Joe Biden. They just play with their words like toys. Like toys they can play with and fool around with and mess with. But the truth is that it's all made up. The only thing I believe in is that Constitution. That's what keeps us all free, and we're able to pursue our life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. And that's what being a liberal really is. And it's not extreme in any direction. It just means that you believe in liberty and justice for all. And that's what this country is really all about. Yeah, it's not communism, and it's certainly not socialism. Have a good night, or a good day, wherever you are.